Once upon a time, I was Jewish. But about my forefathers, I was mostly clueless. I knew they'd lived in Hungary and the Russian Ukraine, but I really hadn't thought much about how and why they came. My dad's father, my papa, talked of horses and gypsies and Hungarian food, and my nana was well-traveled, well-spoken, and shrewd. My mom's parents, they both passed before I was born. But we had this photo of my grandfather Izso wearing a funny uniform. Mom proudly explained that he was a famous Jewish cantor, and he was Leonard Bernstein's earliest musical mentor. Now, I knew my grandparents arrived through Ellis Island, New York, where the Statue of Liberty greeted them at port. And we grew up close by in Bayonne, New Jersey. Exit 14A, a melting pot of immigrants working hard to stay. And from my grade school window, Liberty's torch shone through those clouds, and I was glad to be an American. Back then, I felt proud. We lived in a row house mainly populated by veterans from World War II, and our neighborhood was nicknamed Jewtown. Mostly, that was true. My mom and dad were active in the temple, and my sister and I attended Hebrew school. But secretly, I thought the non-Jewish kids were way more cool. They got presents from Santa and had an indoor tree. Hanukkah did not measure up. I was a Christmas wannabe. Now, please, don't think I'm just superficial, because there is so much about Judaism that I find beneficial. Judaism espouses social justice and charity, generosity in the face of income disparity. My religious education taught me to question, to discuss and debate as a means of expression. But the great learned rabbis had always been men. I felt overlooked by the message that sends. I loved the music and celebrating the holidays, but the notion of a chosen people pushed me away. And if I'm to be perfectly honest with you, there is another reason that I didn't want to be a Jew. Every year on Passover, we watched documentaries about the Holocaust, and I was terrified. I did not want to be a Jew at any cost. I saw the numbers tattooed on my neighbor's arm, and I feared if people knew I were Jewish, they would cause me harm. But there are some services that I still attend. A bat mitzvah, a wedding, the death of a friend. And each time when I enter the synagogue, the sound of the Hebrew prayers makes me sob. Something happens that I don't comprehend. I hear the song of long-lost friends. And so I have a story to share, and that story is told through my grandfather's prayers.
Oh
This is the voice of my grandfather, Cantor Izso Glickstein. It calls me back to an earlier time, to the sounds of a Jewish Shtetl deep in the Ukraine, where ancient Hebrew prayers are still proclaimed. Most Jews are confined within the pale of settlement, poor traders and craftsmen with little hope of betterment. Within this restricted area, 5 million Jews are crammed. They are not considered citizens, and they cannot inherit land.